Welcome back to my struggle bus in RLCraft. I have been in search of dragon layers. I want a dragon, and of course you can't tame them while they're spawned in. The spawned in ones, you have to get an egg, and you have to get an egg from killing a level 5, which there's no guarantee of that. So this is what I'm doing poorly. I mind you, I'm digging down because they're supposed to be around dungeons and around those depths areas where there's like caves and stuff. So this is the one behind me. I didn't realize how big this dungeon was. So I am just all over the place right now, and it's taken over, I want to say, most of 1 week to get through majority of what I've gotten through in just this one, because there's so many dark spaces. There's so much that spawns in that you just don't know. Recall potions were my friend at this point. I will need to craft some more now that I'm thinking about it. This guy right here, I'm not fighting him. He falls down, which was good for me. But it's just slow going. It's so slow because right here, majority of the time, it's these poisonous spiders that are just murdering me. I don't know what else is going to creep up. Those little green rats are so fast. They're worse than fighting the baby zombies. Those things, the hitbox, they're fast. The poison, these things, what is it, Spectre, just absorb you in and then start attacking you. It was not good. But I did have a little fun when I used this. Well, they don't call it Medusa. They call it Gorgon. That's what I used to deal with that troll. It was amazing. We'll say that. I don't know if I don't think I ever got a clip of it because I was just running for my life and I didn't want to hit the record button. That's this thing about a lot of this. I spent hours in this dungeon. When I mean hours, taking shots like that, just out of nowhere, out of the dark. And it really wasn't like the skeletons I was worried about. With skeletons, it's more so the knockback to push you out of position, to knock you into a hole to where you can't just get out, because the snappiness of clicking blocks is not the best in, well, let's just say in 1.12.2 or this mod pack in general. So you kind of have to take your time with all of this. My bow has been my friend for real with these mobs. It's not a guarantee it'll work. I love my sword. I want to say the sword is probably my favorite weapon that I've used so far. Yes, it's an up close weapon, but it deals a decent amount of damage with the flame. That is, with the flame, which is beneficial with these mobs that just have the worst effects. Paralysis, wither effects that grew right there that knocked me down. It's just those dark spaces that just murder you. So this is how I end up doing things as a whole. I'll come through here, take a hit. And then you'll see I'm scrambling to get the blocks. And this is how I dug. I dug all this out. This wasn't a path. I dug this stuff out. So it really was slow. It would be boring for you to watch. It really would be. So really, it's not something that I should have put in the recording anyway, but I just wanted you to see how slow this was for me. There was some I would say easy XP, but it wasn't easy. Because these mobs like this right here, this thumping thing, they will still cause their effects even if you're not close. So the bow is great, but there is just so much activity. So many different characteristics on these mobs, the movements, the places that you don't think are open. That's where he's crawling right now, and I didn't figure that out until later, that there's a hole above me. Didn't realize it. But then I remembered I have these demons now. Gold apples are amazing. So I have my demons summoned. They take less summoning mana than the spinny guys, the guardians. Those plants, I just hate them so much. Oh my goodness, they're so terrible. Because that effect just... it's just too much. And this is a big area. I don't think... which I thought was weird. I don't think there was enough of them, and that's weird to say. When enough mobs spawn, the spawners just disappear. Those skeletons were no joke. They hit and quick. These spinny plant things just... ugh. But the demon guys did help quite a bit, actually. With their fire. The whole standing up 3 tall is interesting. They're not suffocating or anything. They're just that tall, and I'm very short. These random... yeah, it's just... ugh. I haven't even tried putting armor on them, for that matter. Those skeletons. I don't think it'd be so bad if it wasn't those random skeletons that just kept shooting me. And this is how it was. I run out of healing pretty quick as a whole because you could see the damage I'm taking. My armor is good as a whole. It's not the best. I would love to have my Tide Guardian armor, but it's not happening. But I need to head lower than this. I really need to. So eventually I find one of the spiral staircases that goes down. And I think that's the direction I wanted to go to. And look at this. And I think the worst part of it is that the tops are open. And it seems okay, but the problem is there's stuff that flies around above you. So even if with these giant open spaces, it's nice to run around, but there's always that mob that's going to spawn in the dark that can actually fly on top of you and knock you and then move you around. That's the one effect I don't really care for. Even at a distance, you can still catch fire and take damage. These creepers almost killed me. But even at a distance with these effects that some of these do have, which to me, this was actually a fun run. Like, some people have fun caving and mining, strip mining, branch mining. I have fun, apparently, taking a lot of damage. I'm picking more fights. I think I'm trusting, like, my armor. I've added more hearts. This kind of made me nervous at first, but they can't get up here. During this event that's happened while I was underground in this giant open space. But I remembered I had a lava bucket, which helped quite a bit. But then again, eventually I do summon in my demons again, which I'm using more and more, but I'm hoping to get some more of the other creatures to be able to summon. But I still have to, you basically have to either touch them with the soul gazer or you have to kill them. So doing this, I think, has actually been very, very beneficial. But I'm going to say, don't do this when you first start playing, because it's not going to be fun. It's not. Look at this. When you kill one mob, something else might show up. Not just a block. See, I'm stuck. I can't place a block down because there are effects, and I am gone. Idea, though. I had picked up dynamite once, and I was curious if the dynamite would actually work. See how clustered those mobs were? So I eventually tested out. That was a failed drop. That was only one. I think it was 2. I don't think I noticed anything. Throw another one. Because you don't have to light them. They just light when you throw. Still nothing. They do blow up, though. They do blow up. See? They don't cause the... oops. They don't cause the greatest damage, but you can see they do work. I thought it was actually a neat thing. Don't drink unpurified water because these parasites almost killed me. I was trying to sleep it off. Nope. It just wasn't doing it. It lasts for a while. It was probably 20 seconds of it. But I ran out of torches, and I don't like crafting the torches because they're unlit and they don't stay lit. So this is what I do, is I raid villages. I just take their torches because they're vanilla torches that will never go out. And I'm also still looking for a cold biome. And of course I get stuck out at night. I can't just sleep in any bed. And I believe I didn't have... It's a pretty sky, that's why I came up here. But there's always something lurking. And I can't just click stuff over in the dark. These guys, I believe, drop frozen rods. The frost rod right there. Yeah, that. I had picked up more frost rods and things like that in the powder, just exploring for a cold biome, than I did actually waiting for the things to spawn by one of those what are they, like aqua color blue pools where they spawn in. That was weird. I mean, fortunate, because I still can't go into deserts. But I'm still off on my own. I don't actually know what this thing does. I don't remember if I even make it home with this, because I am all over the place just looking, raiding. I did find this new guy right here. I think you can actually tame him. Not sure what his characteristics are, but you can do that. I thought that was actually pretty cool. I cannot stand the poison spiders, but eventually I do find an area that has what I'm looking for, per se. An ice dragon. This is the ice dragon I want. This one or the purpley one. Purpley blue one that murdered me in the last episode, I believe. This one with the short snout, the colors. This is the one I want. There's so many fire dragons. I want an ice dragon, which the ice dragon is the rarest dragon, level 5 dragon that is. So there was a bunch of them, small, big. This one here that was attacking villagers, and I there's nothing that I can do. I don't want to kill it either, because there's really nothing I can do with it. It doesn't drop me anything. I already have bones. I have skulls. I did kill a level 4 dragon and didn't realize it. I think it was a level 4. That was way earlier when I was playing. But as a whole right now, I was looking for a waystone. Could not find one. And I was flying for days in game. Days. And I still couldn't find one. Strangely enough, I eventually find one of these big cities. And I'm not sure how I missed this. But I found one finally. And in that dark space, see to your right, that big open field. I don't know why it's always dark. Don't have a clue why the crops are always dark. You see on the coast, always dark. Don't know why that's a thing. But if you can see the tent right there, the red and white one, you'll see me starting to go down above it. Right there. That's where the waystone's at. So if you're unsure, look for the crops, the dark areas, and it's typically always right there by these docks. I just don't know what's going to spawn here. Also, I didn't realize if I still have the things, the earplugs in, because these mermaids, I don't want to get caught by those. But eventually I do find it. I also found this very, very, very cool, safe little mine in here, and it's complete looking. Like you can add the trap. I'm not really sure what the effect is here, but I think this is neat. I don't make these, but I think it's cool. The healing is always a plus for me. Always healing. I just love it. Any of those. The bandages, the apples, everything else I'm going to leave because they're not going to do what I really need to. This, I would love to take all the books and try them out, but that's not going to happen. But I search around, I'm looking for layers, and eventually I get distracted, as I usually do. Like this here. I remember I was looking to make lichen weapons, tools, because I want to mine. You know, like what do they call it? Vein mining. And these guys, I remember seeing these wings. So I'm picking fights. So hopefully they'll drop something like their wings. Dead dragon. There's actually a lot of dead ice dragons out here. But it's fun with the demons because they're so distracted from them. And then in this little igloo course, there is a villager and a villager zombie. So you do what you naturally do. You just cure it. I don't stay there long enough. The zombie doctor does show up as an achievement for me. So I'm still looking in these caves. I'm flying around because I am scared. Guru hits me. The effects, it's the blindness that gets me. I'm trying not to panic because I'm taking suffocation damage, and he's just coming. Now, if I'm in a closed area, I could probably fight this. I've killed him. I'm trying not to kill myself. That's what I'm trying to do. Because normally I just recall away, but I'm so far away, and I don't want to use the level. So I'm trying my best to fight and fight. See, he's almost down, but you see my head is red. I did get it though. Yeah, that's how this goes for me. You try to light up, and in these caves, I prefer using vanilla all the way. But this, where I saw like it goes way, way down, and that's where I'm hoping. But back to Lycanite stuff. I looked up and tried to figure out how to make, especially with these newer updates, how to make steel ingots. And some kept saying coal and coal and coal. You actually have to use the cinnamon things that I had to get from the nether. You actually use it with, which I'll show you instead of explaining it. But you need that, you need coal, and you need iron. And then you smelt it. That's how you make those things. But I relit my portal, and let's just say this guy does not help me even a little. I feel like he has something on his mind. He just has no time for anything else. These spiders, I still hate fighting them, but you get used to it. And of course, I should be able to summon those soon enough once I kill enough of them. And if I leave the portal open, I will. And then this pretty face shows up as I'm going through the portal. I don't know why it didn't go towards me. Don't have a clue. But eventually, I get some more of the cinnamon stuff. And this is how you craft the steel alloy. Just like that. If you're unsure, that's how you craft it. And then you smelt it, which I feel like is okay, because the cinnamon blocks, that little ore is not so hard to get per se. Like, you don't have to be in the open. I'm literally just digging around. It's not too bad. I don't know if you have fortune is going to make any better. So you'll start seeing me crafting these steel pieces. Steel guard. Because I was looking to make a paxel. So I'm still learning how to do these things. I want to make a steel rod. You make this wooden rod first. And then once you get the steel, it took actually quite a bit of steel that I had to get. That's how you make a steel rod. And then another piece I was making was the hilt, which I honestly still don't know what that is, but there's how you make it. Just like that. And then this, I couldn't figure out the difference between these two, the axe head and then the guard. I believe the guard is for like sword, like that kind of thing, pokey stuff, which gives you that open spot on the right side. And then the axe head gives you those top and bottom ones right there. Just like that. Now that I did notice for what I had, the actual Guru Claw is a level 3. I don't have level 3 yet because I can't upgrade my, what do you call that thing? Equipment forge. You need an equipment forge. I was trying to figure out how this works. I don't know. I guess you can use it to do damage, but I don't want to do the damage. That's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for digging power. So eventually I hope I get that. And then I end up crafting a steel paxel. This is how you craft a steel paxel if you're unsure. Just like that. And it does all the things. So if you want less items, like the pick, the shovel, and the axe, then you just make the one. The speed's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. From just this, I think it's just level 1 stuff I had. I do upgrade my equipment forge to level 2 because I can. But this is what the steel paxel does. You can dig dirt, you can chop wood, and also you can, see, that's kind of what it's like. So I guess it's more like a diamond pick that's not enchanted. Maybe 1 efficiency, 2 efficiency. It's okay, but that's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for the big space. This is how, in tradition, I'm going to end the video. Is something that just says, yep, I'm done. Santa. It says Satan Claus is the event. Let's just say this went on for just over 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes. And I was so, it wasn't the dying part. I die a lot. We'll say that. I cut it way down in this video, but I die a lot. There's nothing I can do. My tools are on the bottom, and they are sneaky. They pathfind behind you. My shield does work, but it's just behind me. See that? It's funny because my health now helps out so much more, and also my armor. But it's the hearts. I'm still trying to collect heart containers. I want as many hearts as I can get because you take a lot of damage. And I do want to upgrade my Tide Guardian armor. I don't know what the best version of that would be. Let's say to enchant it or to like add books. Like use the table. I have the table, but I'm too lazy to collect those levels. As a whole. These guys, I'm not sure how I killed some of them, honestly. Because I feel like they were shooting each other. I had my hand, that was it. I couldn't get anywhere there. I was trying to go back down the hole. I was trying to pick up anything to attack these guys. But this is just how it was going for me, which was okay. I mean, this is what happens sometimes. I'm glad I'm in my house. They can't set anything on fire. So it was a good thing. But I was like, I'm done for right now. Because there's really nothing you can do. Look, there's really nothing you can do but basically just enjoy the ride. But hopefully next episode I will have a layer or at least a tool I can dig with. But this has been an adventure. We'll say that. It's not been bad, but it definitely is not for the faint of heart. I thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.